Hello students, today I want to go over section 2.1 modeling expressions. Before we get going, I just want to go over a couple of vocabulary things that we're going to see throughout this section and throughout the book. So what we're going to look at today is we're going to look at, let's take this expression here, to negative 20 plus 5p minus 7z. And I also want to look at 5 plus 6a plus 11b. And now a couple things we want to look at. We want to look at what we call terms. So terms are just anything. So we look at here, we have addition and subtraction. Our terms are going to be separated by addition and subtraction. So if I look at that, I have these three, in this case, 3 terms. So if I say here, we would have 3 terms in this expression, because this is a term here, then we have addition, then we have a term here, then we have subtraction, and then we have a term here. So we have 3 terms in this one. The next thing we want to identify are coefficients. So coefficients are only where we have variables. So we have p and z, and all we're doing is going to look at the number in front of that variable. So in this case, we have 2. And so we'd say 5 is a coefficient, and negative 7 is a coefficient. Now 5 is positive because the sign is plus 5, and 7 is negative because it has negative 5. So we'd have a coefficient would be positive 5 and negative 7. So let's go ahead and do it for this one. So we want to, again, identify our terms. So I have addition here, addition here. So that means I have a term here, term here, term here. So we have 3 terms once again. And then we look at our coefficients. So we look at our variables. I have a variable A, I have a variable B. So what's in front of them? So my coefficients would be 6, positive 6, and positive 11. So that's what we look at. I could do one more. Let's just say I make up a number. Let's say 5x minus 10. So again, if I look at this, I have my subtraction sign. So that gives me right here. So those are two terms. And if I look at my coefficients, I only have 1 here. So I have 1 coefficient. So my coefficient would be 5. Now there may be some times that you get, let's just say I have negative 7x. So I'd have 1 term. So this would be 1 term. And my coefficient, the number in front of it, would be negative 7. So my coefficient would be negative 7. So I want to go through that because you're going to hear this throughout the rest of the book. You're going to hear about terms and coefficients as we move forward. So next, what we're going to go through is we're going to interpret the algebraic expression corresponding to the given context. So we just want to write an expression for what we're trying to identify. Curtis is buying supplies for school. He buys P packages of crayons at $1.49 per package. Remember, per means we're going to multiply. Okay? And Q packages of markers at, again, per package. So what is the expression? 149, so 1.49 times P. Hey, remember P right here was our packages of crayons. So this represented crayons plus 349Q. Remember Q came from right here. Q packages right here of markers. So, and it tells us the cost. So if I look at this, this tells me the total cost of your markers and crayons. Couple things we could do again. There's 2 terms here. And 149 and 349 are my coefficients. If they were to ask for it. They don't ask for it here. They actually want, all we want here is just, what does it represent? That just represents my total cost. Jill's buying an inkjet paper and laser jet paper for her business. She buys 8 more packages of inkjet paper than P packages. So remember, she buys 8 more, okay, inkjet paper than P packages of laser jet paper. Inkjet paper costs $6.95. So again, inkjet paper, so that goes together. And laser jet paper is $8. So again, I just kind of like to organize it. So that's for my inkjet, then P packages of laser jet. So when it comes through here, this 8P, okay, so 8P, $8. Remember, $8 was for the laser jet. So this is the cost of laser jet. And then we added to that $6.95 and then P plus 8. And so this then needs to represent, remember, $6.95, inkjet, 8 more. Hey, look at 8 plus. So this is the cost of inkjet. So what we get is the total cost of inkjet and laser paper. So that's what we're trying to do is, okay, what are these terms, what are we trying to find, and how are we going to do it? So George is buying watermelons and pineapples to make fruit salad. So same idea. So he buys W watermelons. So again, I would identify W watermelons at $4.49 each. So that goes with that. And then he goes and buys pineapples. We'll use yellow for pineapples. Okay, P pineapples. So P pineapples, $5 each. So when we go through here, this $4.49 W, that's the cost of watermelons. And then this 5P is the cost of pineapples. And so we just want to write that down. Okay, so Sandy buys 5 fewer packages of pencils. So 5 fewer, so that's one thing, pencils. Then P packages, so this is something different, than P packages of pens. The cost, it's $2.25 per package. And pens, so again, this is our pens, cost $3 a package. So that's $2.25 goes with the pencils, okay? And then P goes, $3 goes with the pens. So when I look at this 3P, okay, remember P is so this is the cost of pens, plus $2.25, hey, that's the cost of pencils. And then P minus 5, fewer, less than. So this is the cost of pencils. So that's what we're just identifying. Then together, that's the total cost between them. Okay, so now here we want to go through, it says, suppose we have X and Y, give the populations of 2 different cities. Okay, so we have populations, X is greater than Y. So I'm just going to make up 2 numbers. Let's say X equals 10, and so then Y equals 5. So I just made them up. It says that X is greater than Y, so X is bigger than Y, so that's good. Compare the expressions until which pair is greater. So if I went 10 plus 5, okay, so I did this first part, add your X and Y together, and we want to compare it and see which one would be bigger. So we'd say, okay, X plus Y, so the idea is this, is X plus Y greater than 2X? Is X plus Y less than 2X? Or is X plus Y equal to 2X? So these are our 3 options. So I just tested out. So we're just kind of playing around. We chose 2 numbers. So 10 plus 5, that's 15. And then we go 2 times my x, that's 10. Okay, that's 20. So if I look at it, now we could play around. Maybe we could try 3 and 2 and see if that works. All right, so you go 3 plus 2. Hey, that's 5. 3 and 2. If I go 3 times 2, would that be greater? Yeah, that's 6. Oh, so that it should be x plus y should be less than 2x. So same idea. They're saying which one's bigger? Is x over y? Are they going to be... I want to erase that. Okay, we'll move it down here. So I want to say, is x over y greater than y over x? Is x over y less than y over x? Or is x over y equal to y over x? Now, again, we said that our x value, up here, our x value is bigger than. So again, you could just choose to kind of help you understand, all right, x over y. So again, we said x equals 10 and y equals 5. So is 10 over 5 bigger than 5 over 10? If the bigger number is on top, that means it's, okay, that means this number is bigger. So this would be our option, okay, because this would be 2 compared to 1/2. Obviously, they're not equal as we go through it. So again, they say x over y, given the two different cities, compare. So again, we want to say, hey, which one of these options is it? Is it that it's greater than x plus y over x? Is it that they're x over x plus y? Is it that they're less than this? Or is it that they're equal to it? And then again, we could just use the same thing. Let's just say x equals 3, y equals 2, and then compare it. So does 3 over 3 plus 2? Is that what compared to 3 plus 2 over 3? So that's 3 over 5 equals 5 over 3. So it looks like this one is smaller. This side right there is smaller than it. So we go here. So that's the idea that you go through. And again, we could do the same thing. Hey, I said x equals 3 and y equals 2. Now let's compare it. So 3 plus 2, that's 2 times 5, which is 10. And then we do it here, okay? 3 plus 2, and then square it. Hey, that's 5 squared. 5 squared is 25. So we would say, okay, hey, x plus y is less than x plus y squared. So that's what we're looking through as we go through it. Okay, some ways to write. These are words that we want. Anytime we see the sum of, added to, plus, more than, increased by, total, all together, that's addition. If we see the term subtraction, okay, what represents subtraction? Less than, minus, subtracted from, okay, difference of, okay. So a number increased by 2. That would be like x plus 2. The sum of n and 2, x plus, or I should say n, some number. Okay, so that all represents the same thing as we look at it. So we want to pay attention to it. Okay, so the price of an item plus 6%. So plus means addition. So we say the price of an item plus 6%. So we could say that as 0.06, okay, percent. And so that's what we're looking for as we do it. Okay, so now the only thing is it's 6% of the item, so you got to go times P. The price of a car, so price of a car plus, that means addition, 8% sales tax, so that's going to be 0.085. So we move that over 1, 2. Same thing up here. Move it over 1, 2, so that's where we get it, because it's a percent. Now, it's the price of a car, so the price of a car plus 8% of that price. So we want to write an algebraic expression to model the given context. Give your answer in simplest form. So the number of gallons of water in a tank that already has 300 gallons in it. So we know we already have 300 in it. The number of gallons in a water tank. So we could say after being filled at 35 gallons per means multiplication per minute. So we want to say, okay, the water, and they want us to use, we'll just say the gallons of water is equal to, well, it already has 300 in it, plus it's being added to 35 gallons per minute. Here, the original price of an item, so P, the original price of an item, less that means we are subtracting, at a discount of 15%. So we'd say the cost is equal to the original price minus the 15%, so move it over 1, 2, so 0.15 times the price. So you got to take away the 15% from the original price. So you take 15% of the original price and subtract that from the original. So there's quite a bit there, but I wanted to go through that with you as we start working